So, in the last month since we learned the theme, which it actually wasn't a month, as I learned, that's what I wrote. It's been like 2 weeks. In that time that we learned about the theme, I have had no clue what I was going to tell a story about whatsoever. I knew one thing, which was that I wanted to somehow work in a joke about those low quality moving images, GIFs. And now that you all asked, my favorite is of Wednesday Addams from the original 1960s Addams Family. And there's Lurch there, and she's just like dancing her heart out. That's my favorite GIF. And as I laughed and thought about that, I thought, no, you can't tell that. That's not a story at all. And I went back to the drawing board. And as I kept thinking, I thought, well, what if I tell a retrospective on all the jobs that I've had and how they've led me here? And that's a gift. Being a sausage salesman was truly a gift. And I thought about that. I wasn't in love with that storytelling at all either. And I wasn't going to tell that. I was afraid that I might have portrayed any kind of role I had in the past as a joke. And no job is a joke. They're all hard work, all that good stuff. So I'm bogged down by the wording that I'm thinking about, the perceptions that I'm looking to give, and all that stuff. And I just want a story that is going to be interesting, that people are going to like, and all that good stuff. And I'm here like 1 week out saying, like, fuck, I don't have, this is my fourth story, and I have no clue what I'm going to talk about. And it's the big one, so I got to come up with something. And all of those things that I was thinking about, all the hard work that I was putting in, and the debates I was having in my brain about what I was going to talk about, and all the perceptions that I wanted people to have and people to have of that story just came to thinking, I still don't know what I'm going to talk about. And I started thinking about all of the thinking I did about everyone else and how I think about and let my brain think about, well, how does someone perceive this story and how will they like it and all of that. And I've always done things like that. Walking down the road and the street every day, roads and streets, I look at people and I think that they're thinking, oh, his clothes are weird, or he's walking weird, or he just looks like a weird person. And I'm constantly thinking about what people think of me. I let that drive me. And to the point where I put myself into a $3,000 financial hole to do a public mural, like for the people, because I was too scared that someone would be unimpressed by me or not happy that I was even coming to ask for money. So I constantly let myself be in these areas where I put myself at a detriment. But at the same time, all of these mindsets have really just driven me, and well, I've achieved goals because of that mindset. And so having that train of thought and working so hard to make people happy, to not make people upset, to not set the wrong impressions, has really gotten me to where I am now. And it's had its perks, but I mean, for what? For what cost? And how will I lead my life letting other people dictate what I do and how I do it? So I got to thinking a lot about that, and putting all of that into perspective and thinking about what I wanted to talk about. It was more so about this opportunity now to talk about this, and having the opportunity to convey everything that I've thought about in this month that was actually 2 weeks, about what story I wanted to tell, and kind of letting everyone know how frustrating this whole process was, and how much stress and piece by piece wording it was, and letting people know truly how I think about this whole thing and how I think every day. And so instead of really trying to create stories that I think people will like, this was an opportunity that I got to write a story that I liked. And if it helps anyone, which I mean, I hope that it helps people understand the way that I think on a daily basis, if I've gotten to convey that, I mean, that truly is the gift that I have, and I'm grateful to have had it tonight.